Hello and welcome to an Inkdependence.com brief video review and water drop test. This time we have Sheaffer's Turquoise. I've seen lately that my iPhone is not at all good at looking at turquoise inks. Doesn't give me a true color on them at all. A little bit better here, but it still looks too blue. This is more of a turquoise. It's more of a green blue than you see here, although not a whole lot of green in this one. It's a pretty good example of a turquoise. I've done a lot of turquoise inks recently, and this one is one of the best of the bunch, I think. We get a little bit of bleeding through the copy paper, but that was done with a big nib. This one, in fact, looks like this. This is a broad Sheaffer Turquoise nib, and if I can get it to, I probably can't get it to focus this closely with an iPhone. There we go. It's actually been ground to an architect point, or what some people call a Hebrew italic, by Mike Masayama. If you can get some nib work done by him, do so. It's good. I got this ink in cartridges. This is one of them right here. It's usually a little bit lighter. I do have another ink in this one. I'm a little too cheap to pony up for the regular Sheaffer converters. They're kind of expensive. I think they're like 10 bucks at least each. That's kind of high for a converter if you ask me. So I got a box of cartridges. They happen to be turquoise. And I quite like this Sheaffer Turquoise ink. It's really good. But it is just kind of a turquoise, so if you have another one you like better, it's probably fine. I've just done J. Herbon's Blue Provence. I've got, what else on tap here? As far as turquoise, I feel like I've done a couple. I've definitely had it compared to Hypnotic Turquoise and Balzac from Mont Blanc, but neither of those are on this here sheet. Here they are. That's what they look like. All very close together. You can see the Balzac is quite a lot darker. And again, this is a much more green color in real life than it is in this picture. I don't know what it is, but the iPhone can't really negotiate turquoise. Alright, so let's see how this does with water drop test. It's perfectly good ink, very serviceable turquoise. And these cartridges come with quite a lot of ink in them. They're pretty large cartridges. I feel like they're a lot bigger than the regular Standard International type, but I haven't measured their actual capacity. Alright, let's put some water on here. And yeah, I sort of suspected there wouldn't really be any water resistance. You just move around just a little bit. There we go. You see it's all nice and blue. Alright, good enough. Seems to have done its job. There we go, blot it away. Very fancy blotting material. And voila, yeah, a lot of blue coming up on that right there. So, water resistance, pretty well nil. Not a lot here. You see the water force its way through this rhodia paper. This is number 14 pad. Not quite the standard that I'm used to from rhodia, but it's okay. And now, I didn't think this was going to have any water resistance, as I said, because here's the chromatography I did for it. And this is, in case you're trying to do chromatography, this is a different kind of strip than I usually use. I usually use cone filters, which are, do I have any around? Not really. Well, here's the one from J. Herbon. Looks like this. You can see it's much more opaque. This one is from a basket filter, and it is much less opaque. You can see right through this thing. So as a result, you don't really get as good a contrast. But I don't think it matters for this one because all the ink moves straight up the top. So there you go. That's Sheaffer's Turquoise. No real water resistance to speak of. If you do anything more than a casual splash, you're going to end up with well, this kind of result. Even up here at the T, this is just where it like moved a bit when I went to blot it away, and that's not particularly good. So keep water well away from this watery colored ink, and you'll be fine. It's a quite nice turquoise. I do like it a lot. It flows really well. It's very smooth ink, slightly on the wet side, so if you have a dryish nib, it's going to work well in that. So there you go. You can get this in samples, in bottles, and in cartridges from lots of sources. These, I think, I got from the Anderson pens when I was up in Wisconsin. I'm pretty sure I got this box there. I definitely got this pen there. I really like this Targa, this old-timey Targa. Old-time, it's from like the 80s. Anyway.